This I'll be covering Linux basics, and then it's just a kind of covering all the basics and then shell scripting. So I have a document here. So first I'll go through the basics of operating system. So you should be having some knowledge of operating system, what operating system does, and every operating system is having kernel, then concept of compiler, interpreter. So you should be clear with all those topics. And then Linux versus Windows. So all the operating system works in the same manner, like all the operating systems are installed on some hardware. Like operating system can be specific to the hardware architecture. In embedded system, we are basically having writing the C program and then installing over the chip. So it might not be having the operating system, but normally Linux, Windows, and Mac are having operating system. Operating system contains kernel code. It might be written in C, C++, but in Linux generally it's written in C. So Linux was invented in 1991, and Unix, which was older version and only contains command line, means there was no support of better GUI, graphical user interface, in that. So that was long back, around 1960s. Well, Linux is a clone of Unix, so a lot of graphical user interface was added, and then it was easier for use for also Windows users. Linux is written by Linus Torvalds on top of Unix. So Linus Torvalds invented this in 1991. So layers in Unix system. This layer also layer is same in Windows system also. There is a hardware, there is operating system, application, user. This is true for all the systems like Linux, Mac, and Windows. And then operating system, what operating system does: memory management, file and data management, device management, process management, fault management, security, communications. For example, if you are opening a file and there is no memory, so operating system task to tell you that whether something like memory is not there, and even if memory is there, then create the file and write content into that. So there is a logic written in basically when you are using Linux, so logic will be written in C program. So it will manage this when you are connecting a device to a system, then operating system basically manages it, attach the device, then allocate memory for that, all those things. So why we are using Linux? Basically, yes, it is more secure because of the file system is like we can take the backup of the file system, we can recover the file system easily, and protected by super blocks. So you should be having some idea of super blocks. Okay, so it's open source. Anybody can if you want to modify operating system, you can work on it. You can go to online forums, you can connect to developers who are already working on it. You can do the changes and they will review it, and you can incorporate your changes into next version. So all the operating system is having some version, easily customizable, so you can change it in Windows. Like lot of things are licensed, you cannot do any modification in that. And also lot of people are using pirated version of Windows, and they are not using the licensed version. So that is also a cause of virus attacks on Windows. So it's better. So I will say in one line, like if you are a good developer, you should work on Linux. You should know all the commands, you should know scripting, all those things. Best for development and servers, best for cloud and cyber security again, because you can customize, you can write your own script to protect the system. And also the system is protected by root account. So if a user is root, then only he can access the file system. So if a new virus is coming to your system, it might not be having that much access. And like a lot of Windows pirated Windows system are very much vulnerable, and they are only attacked by most of the viruses and virus malware programs. So this is a structure of Linux kernel. Hardware is there, then on top of that kernel, and then at the outer level where user interacts with the operating system, user can interact in any way, like typing commands, speaking, voice recognition. It can be any application, user UI, Mozilla Firefox, Chrome, anything. So that will come on the outer layer. So these are the commands like nrops, cpps, ldvi. All the operating system is having some commands. In Windows there are commands like ipconfig, there are commands like cd, mkdir, all those things. So again, all the operating system is having command line. Whatever application you are launching, back in some commands are getting executed. Then Linux kernel and CPU memory interaction. So CPU memory devices, it is interacting with kernel application. So whenever we type some command, it goes to kernel via system call, and then kernel talks to the hardware, allocates memory, or does the calculation in CPU, and then return back the result to you at the front end. Linux kernel and user mode. So whenever you are typing any command or launching any application, you are in user space, and you are when you are launching application and do something like a start, run, or increase volume, something like that, it goes to the kernel space via system call, and it talks to the hardware, and hardware does the specific task for you. So again, there are some commands and interpreter. Interpreter is nothing but it's kind of interpret whatever you have written. It will be interpreted by the interpreter. For example, print hello world. So it will do the interpretation, and then it will directly print the hello world. Compiler, whereas it will change the English language to the machine code like 1100, and that 110 will be understood by the hardware. So commands are generally, when you are, why commands, why there is a use of command in Linux, because sometimes you will not be having access to the graphical user interface. You will be having only access to the command line. So again, there are some commands. So also in Windows system there are some commands, in the Linux system, Mac system, all are having some commands. I'll show you all those things. So for example, I will open Windows. So I'll show some commands are there. Right now I am working on Mac, but I am having virtual machine and that Windows is installed. So I am using Mac. So here also command line is there. So there are commands like ls, list file in current system, pwd means present working directory, and cd means it will go to the home directory. So you have to always check. Ls means list current directory files, and cd means you have to go to, you can example make dir test, so cd test ifconfig to get the IP address, and then rename file. So you can create file using touch, and then you can move it to new file. So rename command is there in Windows. ti.txt minus ltr, all the commands are having some options. So this is Mac story. So I'm starting Windows in VirtualBox. So here there are some command like, so for example you do double click, that is sending a command to the backend. Let's open Google Chrome. So here also some commands are there. This is Windows command prompt. So Windows command prompt, you are mostly aware about that. CMD, when you type CMD at the run prompt, command will open. So here also like ls, we are in C drive basically. So in Linux there is no concept of C drive. So why I am typing in Windows, because I want to compare. If you do good comparison, it will be very easy to learn for you. So dir, it will list the files in C drive, all the files and directories. So it will show all the directories in C drive directory. So this is also a command. This is listing all the files. So we can perform user input in voice, mouse, keyboard, commands. There can be different way. So one of the way is command line, and Unix we are doing it because most of the time you will be connecting using clients like putty to other server, to remote server. So there are some commands to open Chrome. Okay, so let me open a Linux system. So Kali Linux is a version of a flavor of Linux. You can use Ubuntu, Fedora, whatever you want. Kernel is almost only difference is there will be some difference in graphical user interface, or there will be difference in commands, but yeah, basic operation will be same. So I am using in VirtualBox. You can use in any standalone system, or if your company is having a remote server, so they will give you IP address, username, and password. You can connect using PuTTY. You can do remote desktop using VNC. So this is my Linux prompt. ifconfig. So 192.168.64.7. I can also connect using Mac. So you might be having a PuTTY client. So SSH root username is root, and then IP address 168.64.7. Enter the password. Okay, there is some problem. Okay, so let's continue with. Okay, so first commands and commands basic. So what are commands basically? Commands we execute to perform some task. For example, Firefox. So I'm trying to open Firefox browser from command line. Yeah, so you can see Firefox browser has been opened using command line. The same thing you open using double click, and same thing I am opening using command line. So when you are not connecting with the graphical user interface, this command will not work from remote systems if you are trying to access from PuTTY or anything. But yeah, you should know the basic of commands. So again, commands basic is nothing but command followed by some option. So ls command is to display files in the current directory. The current directory is nothing but root here. If I want to go to downloads, I have to type cd download, then again ls. It will show the files in. There is no file in downloads directory. I can also access from here, graphical user interface, because right now I'm having access. I have installed in my VirtualBox. Yes, you can see downloads. So it's a little bit slow. That's why it's taking time. Okay. So the most important thing is there is a manual page associated with all the commands, so you can follow the documentation and then use the command. For example, if you don't know any command, you are a complete beginner, you can use this man command. Man command is nothing but showing, it will show the manual pages for command. So if you don't know about how to list files, you can search that command, list man minus k list files. So I have to search a command which list files actually. Okay. Convert, no, I am not getting a still. So list, so there are different results. have to go through. So man command is little bit more explanation. You have to spend some time over it. Okay, so list directory contents. Okay, so there is a command, another command like list. So dir command, this command is the same command which I executed in Windows. So dir, it will show the files. ls also will show files. As there are no files, there is a touch command to create empty file, touch test.txt. Do ls. So man minus k is to get command help. For example, if I want to search a command which is related to process, I will say man minus k process. So there are these commands which are listed. You have to go through all the command and description. Now, so I can see some command like top display Linux processes. So just type top. I can see Linux processes here. Let's find Firefox. The genome cell is nothing but the command where I am typing the command. Top command itself is showing its own result. So this is like Windows Task Manager. Okay, so process and then listing files. Then what is our next theme? Networking, little bit of. So I have config to see the IP address, and then netstat to see what are the process which is running on the current system which is related to network, and then okay, there is no Firefox which is open, so I'll just open Firefox, and you can also open a new tab, terminal, because right now that Firefox process is running. New tab will open. Now type top, so you can see Firefox. Most probably it will be shown. Web content is there. Web content Firefox. Yeah, you can see Firefox. Okay. So Control C is for stop this process. Control C or Control Z. Windows also use the same thing. Control C, Control Z. So there is no much difference in commands. Only thing is like we all are very much in the beginning. We are all are not habituated to commands that much. So you'll find some of the difficulties in the beginning, but later on you'll enjoy. Okay, then there is a command. Okay, then commands and options. So basically, if you want to see the manual page of ls command, for example, ls command is used for displaying the files in the current directory. If I want to display file in root, I have to give the directory name, so it will show the directory. So if I want more documentation about this command, I have to type man and then command name. Man itself is a command and it will show documentation. So minus a option. So ls, it will show the synopsis, ls option and then file. So ls minus a, we can use what minus a will do. Do not ignore it is minus a all. So it will show the more details about the files and directories. Minus capital C, list entries by columns. So let's use minus a first and then minus c. Minus a and minus capital C. Okay, so it is showing files, and dot is nothing but current directory, dot is previous directory. Okay, minus a minus c. I can also combine these both options. Better to combine, because if I am having lot of options like a b c d e, so it's like it will take more time and it will not look good. So better to combine all those four options. So if there is option called a b c d e, we can combine these options. So man ls. Again, let's see some different options. Minus L is for, you can try other options also. Use a long listing. Minus L is for long listing format. So it will also show the file ownership, file modification time. Okay, 6:26. Let's see the date. 6:32. Oh, it's showing AM EDT time. It's not the standard time. So right today is like today's date is 18th October 2019, but it's showing the date is not set yet. Okay, so command is having different option and we can combine different option here. Again, a minus c minus l, we can combine these three options rather than writing minus a minus c plus l separately. We'll get the same result, but yeah, we can combine, and reverse way also is possible. Capital C A L will also give the same results. Minus L is there, minus T is for seeing the time modification time, minus R is for reverse order. Again, we can do the same thing, combine all three options. Okay, present working directory is root downloads. Okay, so man command is the basic command which will give the documentation about all the commands. Now, so we have to execute some command after login, like ls cd uname minus ar. So uname will show the operating system version. So you can see the kernel version also 4.19 is this Linux Kali flavor, and GNU Linux 86/64. We'll get all those information using this. Again, uname documentation can be seen with man uname, and there are different options like minus a. I have used minus a. Minus r is for kernel release, so it is printing the kernel release. If you want to use n option to print the network node host name, also it will print. So let's use uname minus a n r. It will also print the network host name. Linux Kali. Host name Kali. So here we are getting the host name. Okay, now who am I for current user? So I am a root user here. Okay, so there can be different type of user also which is related to system. For example, you are using Windows system, you might be getting other username from your system admin, generally in office, because when you buy a laptop you'll be your admin user, you can do whatever you want in your system. But when several other people are working, then there is a concept of creating different kind of users. So you can check using who am I, who is to check all the users who have logged in, who minus a. Okay, so root user have logged in, and then uptime. So uptime is like 6 days, 4 days and 6 hours 35 minutes. So from 4 days this system is running. I have not restarted or shut down. When I will restart, this time will get updated. So again, man of uptime will show different options. Minus p is for pretty, minus s is for since. In this format it will. So let's use this uptime minus, yeah, it will show the date. So today is 18th, so from 14th of 14th, yeah, 14th July, it is showing July time here. So right now it is 19th July, so from 14th July it is up, so 4.5 days. Okay. mm, right now, and then next topic is ping. We can use ping command, like ping w check network connectivity. Okay, not pinging to google.com, so networking might not be working here. Okay, so let's ping to my Mac system. So let's see the IP address of my Mac system. It will be used to check whether the system is up or not. So if you could choose this, 25, 23. Yeah, so Mac system is up. From here I can ping. And then there are command like route 10 to ping ifconfig. I have already executed. Then run level. So run level is there are different run levels like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So basically you'll be finding 5. 5 means start the system in command line mode as well as graphical user interface. So anyways, if you are connecting from putty to server, you'll always get command line mode. But when you are having the real system with you in the laptop or virtual machine, you will be having this mode. 5 means both command line. So right now I'm having 5. Both command line and graphical user interface is there with me. N equal to 3 means it will have only command line. So if I'll set to 3, if I'll say init 3, it will start in command line mode. So basically I will not recommend to type all this command right now. Init 1 will halt the system. So one guy have executed init 1, he just saw the command in Google and his system got halted. So in that case, you have to restart the system, power it off. So you have to do hard reboot actually. So even if I do this, so right now it will be halted and I'll not be able to continue with the video. I have to restart the system. So these are the basic command, and then the next command is okay, I'll just cover some more basics. Environment variables, and then yeah. So what are environment variables? ENV. So in Windows you have seen, I'll just take you to the Windows. I'll just make you some for a few seconds. So environment variable, what is environment variable? For example, I'll click on this PC or my computer, properties, advanced system settings, and environment variable. So same environment variable concept is there in Linux, but most of the time you'll be having command line approach. Okay, so env, if we say grep to home, so home is set to root. If you want to know about Java home, no, so I'm grep means it will search. Grep is used to search a variable in basically pipe you use to redirect the output, but I will show you the pipe concept later. but you can see all the environment variable, desktop session, SSH agent, maybe it will contain Java, home is set to this, username is root, Python path. So this is your basic path, standard path. Standard path from where like all your basic application will start. For example, you are starting VLC or something like Firefox. So those Firefox command is in this directory, standard directory. So in Windows also same concept is there. If you download something, some application, you have to put in C program files and then system32 like that. So there are some standard directory available for all the operating system. When I type which Firefox, it will show the Firefox location. So that is in user bin directory. So all the commands, for example, you are downloading Java, Python, you have to put in user one of these paths. There are three parts like user, localhost, bin user. I will be covering the file system very soon. So I think Windows. Okay, still it has not come. You can see in your computer because it's very slow here. Because I'm running three systems, Unix, Windows, and then a local. That is my main system is Mac. So next is file system. File system is nothing but in Windows you see generally C drive and D drive. So this C drive basically here I am having only one drive. So in your system C, D, and E. So there is no concept of C, D, and E in Linux. Basically, Linux file system contains tree kind of structure. I'll show you. So file system is nothing but it will contain. Okay, it is actually. So Linux file system is basically a tree kind of structure. So basically only one drive will be there, like there is no concept of C, D, and E. So slash, everything is mounted over slash. Every all the path will start from slash. In Windows it will start like something like this, C colon or like D colon. But in Linux it will start from slash. For example, PWD. So it is starting from slash root slash downloads. If you write something like root downloads, it will throw error because this is missing, root is missing. ls slash will contain all the directories. For example, ls home, there is no file in this home. ls slash bin will contain all the commands. ls sbin will contain some system commands. ls user bin will also contain command which python. So user bin, so python command, the python interpreter is there in user bin. Okay, so and if you want to make a new directory inside root, for example we are in root downloads, so input dir root downloads and then test. Either you can make using this or make dir test too. So both command is making directory inside downloads, root downloads, but here I am using relative path. So this is relative, this is absolute. Absolute means full path. It will start from slash root slash download slash test. This is called full path. So if I have to go to test2 directory, I can do cd test2. Right now this is full path of test2 directory. Cd dot dot means go to previous directory. Okay, now I can use this also, cd root downloads test2. This is using full path. Now also I came to test2 directory. So this is giving full path is always in safer side. Okay, then next topic is, yeah, relative and absolute path is covered, which come no. I will also give you the document link. Okay, this is yeah. So this is the file system. Actually, it was not loading because of some network issue. So slash, it will start from slash slash bin slash opt slash boot slash dev. So all the directories will start from slash. So if I want location of this, so it will start from slash user slash lib or slash user slash sbin, something like that. So all the directories are having some significance, like bin contains all command, and then boot contains all the Linux boot uh, files when Linux will start. So there will be some files created. Dev will contain all device files like keyboard device, printer device. etc will contain all configuration file like network configuration, SSH configuration, log configuration. Home will contain all user data. So if your username is something like John, it will be in home slash John. So I'm a root user, so it's generally like slash root. Slash temp will contain temporary data, which is created by opening browser and all those things. Lib will contain all libraries, system libraries or C libraries, Java libraries. User will contain again user include file like stdio.h, C++ header files, C header files. Media will contain all the media devices like VLC media and media player, all those things. Where will contain all the variable data, for example, where log. So logs are variable, it will grow in nature. It will grow always like every 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Whereas pool will contain the mail data, like whatever its communication is done within your system or going out of the system. MNT will contain mount data. So when you are attaching any external devices, it will be in MNT. Okay, so this is the basic file system concept. So if you want to see the hard disk space, df minus h will show how many GBs remaining. So you have like several slash dev views, this view 973, and then this is my main dev SDA. You will find this kind of drive. So this is SATA drive, 61 GB is there, 11 GB is used. So 61 GB is allocated to this virtual box where I have installed Kali Linux. So main you will find in this. These are like temporary file system which are created after system is booted. Okay. So again df is having one option like minus h that can be found using man df. Minus h is nothing but human readable. So there are other options you should try. Then there is one concept called soft link and hard link. So ls, okay, I create one file test.txt, and I'll use Vim editor. So Vim is nothing but editor like Notepad++. You can use Emacs, Nano, based on your level of how much comfortable you are with the file editor. We write that I for insert mode, then write something. Then again, if press escape button, you will go to save mode, and then colon WQ is for saving the file coming out. W is for write, Q for quit. Again, I will open it. So press I for coming to insert mode, because right now if we'll write anything, it will not be entered. So I insert, and then you can write anything here. Go to last line using arrow. That simple. Then WQ, and if you're not able to save, sometimes you can press exclamatory and then enter. So escape mode first you have to go, and then type colon WQ and then enter in the file. And to insert mode, press I. Okay, so what is soft link? The soft link is created using ln command with -s option, then file name, and then a link. So right now link is ls -ltr will show. So link is pointing to test.txt. So if I want to display test.txt, I can use cat command, which will display the content. I can also cat of link. So link contains link to. Link is nothing but a pointer. So this pointer size will remain same, and when we want to see the content, we can. So this is generally used when a big server is there, and in one server we are having lot of data, and you don't want to expose that directory. So I can create a link to this file in other directory. So I can create a link to this file in other directory also. Like generally this directory is exposed to other, let's say .txt. So even if I say cat where www.html o.txt, okay, okay, always give the full path name. One thing, test2, and then test.txt, and then where www.html. This time give op link. op link. So it is showing. So suppose that you are having access to only where www.html, then you are seeing the content of test.txt from op link, and the size of op link will remain same. See, ls-ltr test.txt is having 59 bytes, but link is having only 8 bytes. So it will be just like your pointer. How much size will be increased to test.txt, it doesn't matter. And also op.txt will be remain same, because op link is also right. So it has also link. Link 30 it is showing, but it is a link which is pointing to root download test to test.txt. Again, let's say hard link. So if I want to create hard link to this file, test.txt test hard. So test hard has been created. So test hard is nothing but a hard link. So hard link is also just like your file. So hard will be having same 59 bytes. So both, but only thing is when you to type ls minus li, it will show the inode number. So see, inode number will be same in the case of hard link, but inode number will change in the soft link case. So there is some advantage and disadvantage related to both soft link and hard link. Hard link is just like your copy of the file, but when one file will be getting updated, other file will also get updated. Test hard test.txt. So both file content is same. If I'll add something in test.txt, new item. So cat I have added in test.txt, new item, but it will be stored in new test hard also. So both are getting changes are getting reflected in this. But when I open link, name link, okay, but here the difference is the size of link will be remaining same. See, size of link is still 8 bytes, but these both are same, 73 73. Correct. Even if you do changes in variable whtml tml op link, here also changes got reflected. Okay, so same change, can test, everywhere changes are being propagated. But only thing is hard link will be inode number will be same, and soft link inode number will be different. Where www html in this directory also. Okay, so this soft link is having different inode number. This soft link is having different inode number than this, and these two are same because test hard is hard link for test.txt having same size. Okay, so what is the next topic? So one important command is stat test dot. So stat file. So stat command will show the file access history, modification history, change history. So this file is very much useful in your, even when you are going for cyber security courses, they will teach you something similar to this, like how to get the file history. So you are getting the file history here. Okay. So stat is a command to show the file history. And like there are different command, like to send a mail, there is command like mail, and there is a command like lp. If printer is attached, there is no printer attached here. So everything will be, just think that everything will be done by the command line. If opening your vlc media player or anything. So if you want to install something, if internet is there, apt-get install vlc. So apt-get is used in Kali Linux, but maybe if you are using Red Hat, yum install will be used. So depends on flavor. So just I'll use another tab because it will take some time. Okay. So again, user management, permission, file permission. So if you want to add a new user, there is a command like add user Kali, new password. Just press enter, no need to give all information. Okay, if you want to switch to that user, su is the command, su Kali. So right now you see here it was root, now it is Kali. Kali is nothing but here host name. So username @host name is the basic syntax for this prompt. Maybe your prompt can be different. Here username is Kali. Right now again type who am I, Kali. Okay, if you want to exit, if you again you are in root, su Kali, exit. So file permission is nothing but this. So L means the first character. So L means link, soft link. If it is hyphen, it means it's a regular file. If it is D, it means it's a directory. mkdirs test. See, if it is D, it means it is a directory. If it is hyphen, it means it's a regular file. L means soft link. Okay, I have created soft link just 2 minutes back. Okay, right now, okay. So again permission rwx 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 rwx. So it is split into 3 forms. First one is user, second is group, third is others. So user here is nothing but root user. This is the root user. So this is root user. This field is for group. So group also here is root groups. There is a group called root. If you want to add a new group, you can type group add something like beginners. I have added one group. Okay, so file permission I'll show. So generally this first is 3 for user, second group is second column is like group. So you just divide into 3 3 3. So rwx, there are 3 types of permission rwx. So there is no execute permission here. Okay, so let's create a file. So this permission is read write for rw means read write for user, user is root. Only read for group, so group again is root. Others means the new user, so I have created Kali. So let's open this file t.txt. Okay, I am able to write here and I am able to save this, display the content with cat command. Okay, I am able to display. Let's switch to Kali. Kali is nothing but it will be considered as others because it is neither related to this user or nor this group. You can type groups and verify. So groups is also Kali here. So now I will open the same file t.txt. See, it is saying that warning, changing a read only file because I don't have permission. Kali is considered as others here, so it will not be having the permission. So I am not able to save. Even I'm with exclamatory, I am not able to save. So I have to quit this file. Okay. So right now only thing is I have to go to again root and I have to grant permission. So chmod. Let's I have to provide for others. So for user U, for group G, for others O. If you want to provide a permission to user group and others, you can type UGO plus write. But I want to provide only for others right now. O plus W to t.txt. And then again switch to Kali, vim t.txt. See, right now I am able to edit this file. Okay. Again go back. We can see Others also could write permission, but here others was having only read permission. Okay, so another thing is like, let's take back the permission from O minus W is to take the permission from there. If you want to give permission for all, like A plus RWX T dot txt, or instead of A you can use UGO, but let's reuse it. So see, all permission has been given to this RWX, and so for T it has become green. But let's take back the permission right now. To take back the permission, user group and others, let's take the permission RWX, okay, file name. Okay, so I have RWX only for, so right now also I can, if I switch to Kali, I will not be able to edit the file because root user is having the supreme power here, not able to. So just quit the file, go to again root, then now you can do one thing, you can change the ownership of file. So ch own kali t.txt, so ownership has been changed. So you can see Kali and Kali. So user, now user is Kali, so for user RWX is the permission. So now change again to Kali, vim t.txt. Now I should be able to save the file because I am the user here. I have changed the ownership. So ownership syntax is ch own user colon group and then file name. This is the syntax. And how the permission are read, like rwx is nothing but we say 111 111 111. So this is like 777 is the permission. So like that also we can provide permission, chmod 7772 t.txt. So now I am the owner of this file, 777. So this file, let's see this permission, rw hyphen r hyphen hyphen r hyphen hyphen means 110 100 100. In decimal format it will be 644. So wherever you find something we put 1, r means 1, w means 1, hyphen means 0, r means 1, hyphen means 0, hyphen means 0, so 100. So 644 is the permission. So chmod 644 t.txt. So now see, so 644 to t.txt. Now again change the ownership of file, going to root, now su Kali. Now again you will not be able to edit the file, so changing read only file, not able to interpret it. Okay. So this is basic file permissions. Now that download thing and all will work in a similar way. Like you can use wget command here. If there was some problem, you can use wget and URL to download it in the current directory. It will be downloaded. cd dot means current directory. cd dot means previous directory. cd hyphen means previous directory where you were. Okay, then we have recursive directory permission, recursive permission. For example, cd ls, just show the content of test2. The test2 is having this much files. So if you want to change permission for all, give -r is for recursive, and then what permission you want to give, and then directory name. So it will apply to all the files inside that directory recursively. 666. Now ls -ltr of test2. So you can see 666 is assigned to all. So this is having already that permission 777, so it will not be reduced. Okay, this 44 assigned to all. Then we have recursive directory creation, make dir test3 inside test3 test4, but test3 is not there, so we have to first create test3. So -p is for create first test3 and then test4, so it will be created. So it will be created in the current directory. Current directory is nothing but root downloads. Other ways to create is root download using full path, root downloads, and then test 3 is already there, so I'll create test 6 and test 7. So again test 6 is not there, so again use -p. P is for create first parent directory, so first test 6 will be created, then test 7, and then cp command. Cp command is for copying one file to another, so t.txt to yt.txt. Okay, t.txt is not there, so test.txt is there. Cp test.txt to test new.txt. So test new.txt will be created newly, and it will be the content of test.txt will be copied to test new.txt. And if you want to copy one directory to another directory, you have to use -r option. Cp -r test2 and then new directory test3. So test4 is also. So test2 is copied here. Test2 directory is fully copied to test3. Or you can use test2 if you want to copy only files inside test2, test2/* to test3. So this will copy only files in test2 directory, and just see the content of test3. All the files are copied. But when you want to copy the whole directory, you have to use cp -r. Or you can use cp -r root downloads test2 to test4 ls test4. So here test2 is not copied, that directory test2 itself. So here you can see here when I copied with cp -r, test2 directory fully been moved to test3, but here only the files inside test2 was copied to this. Okay, so this content inside test2, whatever was there, it is used to. If you use full path, then only the content inside this will be. If you use something like this to test4, now you'll see ls test4, so test2 itself is copied inside this. Okay, so use full path, that will be better. Okay, then what's our next step? Okay, process, and then okay, process ps -ef will show all the process in the system. Want to use. So now pipe. What is pipe? Pipe is nothing but sending one output from one side to another. So ps minus ef gives us some output, and I want to apply some filter on this. So grep command is used to search a string in this. So for example, this file, there is nothing in this file. Let's write something. Hello, how are you? So grep a string and then file name, so it will search. Okay, so again in the same way, ps minus ef is having lot of output. In that, if I have to search Firefox, I have to use pipe. So Firefox process is running right now. So pipe is redirecting output from left hand side to, so input for right hand side is output of left hand side. So output of ps minus ef is going to the grep, so I don't have to provide file name here because output is already coming from left hand side. Okay, for example, ls minus ltr. So if I have to search whether test is there or not, I have to search grep test or grep new, or any file is created in July or not. July. So minus I option is to ignore case. It will show July, August. Nothing is there. I means ignore the case. Either the string resultant string will be there in a small or big letter, capital letter. It doesn't matter. And then there is some command like test.txt. Let's add something to this. So head command is to show the first 10 lines of the file test.txt. Okay, so again we can use pipe. Cat test.txt, and then we can use pipe and grep hello, or head minus 5. Head minus 15 is for 15 line, minus 5 is for top 5 lines. Okay, or head minus 5 test.txt. This is also same. Now redirection, if I want to redirect it to new file, ui.txt. So using pipes and filters. Again, if I want to use awk is to print the different columns. If I want to print first column of this file, awk print $1, or I can directly use awk print $1 and then this file name, the first column. So awk command is basically used to display different columns, and columns are separated by nothing but a space by default. So it will identify, so first column, second column, third column, space separated is there, then it will identify by default. So record dot txt, first column, second column $2, for third column $3, for all the column $1, $2 and $3. So all the columns I'm printing it here. Also there are commands like cut minus c 1,5 record.txt, so 1 to 5 characters from the file, column wise 1 to 5 byte. Again, there are a lot of options in all the file. Sed is for replacing, so S is for substitution, hello is the string, and I'm substituting with world. G is for globally into all the place, and then test.txt. Now see the content of that text.txt. Hello is changed with world. So again, sed is having different options. So S substitution, then the string which we want to substitute, and the another new string. This one is the new string. G is for globally, wherever in file. So let's do one more experiment. Here also I'll put world. Here also I'll put world. So now world to, again world to hello. World to hello. Okay, so again we have a command like find. So find, and then directory from where we want to start our search. So dot means current directory, and with file name we can able to find these are the directory path. Or if I want to search from starting from root, then I have to give slash. It will take more time, obviously. So it is showing you the full path of this file, so I'm able to find the file. So find, then directory from where you want to start the search. It can also be something like root. So here also I got the result. From root it will start. So like in Windows you do the search. You just remember, you go to the directory wherever you have remembered it, and then there you give the file name in the search box and it will start the search. If you know the file is in D drive, you go to D drive. If you don't know anything, you just go to the my computer. It takes more time, right? So similarly here you do the same thing. Find, and then locate is also a command. Locate file, locate test.txt. And I also we can search file name, file with size. If I know the size of the file, 100, more than 100, 100 B is for bytes. So again you can see man of find command, and you can see what are like bytes. Okay, there are K is for kilobyte, G for gigabytes, something like that. 100 G. So there is no file which is greater than 100 GB. There is no file. Minus means lesser than 1 GB. 1 GB means equal to 1 GB, but it is showing the directory's name also. Okay. Then what is our next topic? So we can also redirect output to file, like echo hello is for printing message and then to a file. So we have redirected to gh.txt. Double arrow is for append. When again I will do, again it will append. See, it has appended. If I use single arrow, it will overwrite the content. See, it is overwritten the content. Hello world. It's overwritten the content. When I use double, hello world one more. See, it has appended. So again you can write in a new file using cat jk.txt. Here type something. So this is a shortcut method to create a small files, and then press Ctrl D. So jk.txt is created. When you use single arrow, again when you use double arrow, lines will be appended. Hello world, new lines. Okay, then Ctrl D is appended. When you use single arrow, so be careful here, single arrow will overwrite the content. So contents overwritten, you can see. If you do something like this, it will write nothing to file. See, it is overwritten. So be careful if you have a file and you have done something like that, file content will be cleared. Okay. Now standard output. So 0 is for a standard input, that is your keyboard. 1 is for a standard output, that output you see in the keyboard. Standard output. So whatever output we are seeing here, input is from keyboard, that is 0. So that will be generally, it will be shown in ls minus ltr proc PID. So 0 means 1 standard output. So this will be in proc PID generally, PID files. Okay. Then ls minus ltr y. It says no such file or directory. So I have one. So here command says ls minus ltr. So redirect it to dev null. Means that there is no output will be printed. So 2 means a standard error. A standard error is redirected to the standard output. Dev null to. So it is redirected. We are not getting any error because it is redirected dev null. Dev null is nothing but like a black hole. It will absorb all your output. Okay. Netstat minus n to see all the ports. If you running some HTTP web server, you can source that. Grep HTTP and then grep SSH. So SSH is running here. Netstat is also a command which is related to networking. QLPN. Okay, so it will show the port number also. Port number 22. SSH is running. Okay. Then it is listening on 0.0.0. That is nothing but local IP address and also on configured IP address. Also you can create your own command basically. And when you say touch my own, command, echo hello. So if you copy this to slash bin, then type my own command. Okay, permission is denied, so chmod a plus x bin my own command. You type my own command, hello is being printed. So which my own command, so it is in user bin, so you have created your own command. So again, like whatever we have studied is ls to list the directory, then mkdir to create directory, and then cd to change directory, cd downloads, and then ifconfig to see the IP address, vim editor to open a file, and then soft links, process, again see ps tree to see the process tree, all the process will be seen here. So all the process will start from this system d node manager, system d is having an init is also a process which is known as origin of all the process on system d. So all the process, even like you are opening Firefox, that is originated from that only. So you can see the tree, you can find Firefox somewhere here. Okay, so for this session, I'll just stop here. I'll again make in next video. I'll focus on more on shell scripting. Okay, so like this video, also share with your friends to know like more, and also comment here so that you, if you are having any doubt, I will make another video on that. Thanks, friend. Thanks for watching.